So now we're going to look at how to go about changing your wheels. And first of all, when do you change your wheels? Well, if you can look at these wheels right here, number one, these wheels should be rotated more often. As you can see, you always wear the inside edge of your wheels. So you see how the wearing is on the inside edge. And you can see I've been wearing these ones outside, and I've had them a long time. They're pitted up, they're chipping. I'm not going to get very much grip on these when I go to play on the floor. These ones are my better skating wheels. Again, you'll see they'll be wearing on the inside, all right, and they should be switched from here to here and then flipped, or here to here and then flipped, because the front one and the back one are going to wear the most often. When you're set to buy new wheels or rotate your wheels, how you're going to go about it is you're going to take your skate tool, and you're going to take out your shaft. Now this is a little different, the Sure Grip chassis, because it only has a single bolt and that's it. There's nothing else. Okay, and that's kind of uncommon. Now the very common one would be like this Mission one here, where you have to put an Allen wrench on both sides, and it's going to have a bolt and a shaft that holds it in there, kind of like an axle. Alright, so there's the bolt and there's the axle. Alright, you take the wheel out, and now, as you can see, it's got a bearing on each side of it. So you have to take a tool. There's a couple different tools here, and this is one that we found very good. It's a Sure Grip skate tool, and you're going to put it in here like this, and you're going to push on it. They can get a little stubborn if they've been dirty, and what you're going to end up with is a bearing, a shaft, and another bearing. You put through on the other side, now you're going to push that one out. Okay, so that's what you end up with. And you have to make sure you're using the proper tools. If you look at this wheel right here, you see how somebody used some kind of a screwdriver, a hammer, and they dented up these bearings and to try and get it out, and these bearings are no good anymore. So make sure that you have the proper tool to be able to get these things in and out. Alright, now once you have your shaft here, this should actually come apart, and but it's a little bit stuck. You can use a little bit of WD-40 on that, and we're going to let that sit and try and loosen that up. Alright, and but what you would do if we were going to use this wheel as an example is you're going to pop your guys through. This one's a little different. It has a floating spacer in it, so that's a little bit different. So you would have to use this part of your tool to get that in and out, because it doesn't have a through spacer. So they will come with two kinds: the regular spacer like this, or a floating spacer like that. Alright, and whatever your wheels come with, that's what you should stick with. When it comes time to put in your new wheel, you take your new wheel, you set it down like this, put it on a flat surface, put your bearing on top, press it in, turn it over, put your spacer in, take your other bearing, press it in like that. Okay, now it's ready to go. When you want to put it back on, I usually put it with the label to the outside, so I kind of have a starting point. This guy's going to go all the way through. Alright. And you're going to tighten that up. Now make sure you don't over tighten it, because if you over tighten it, it's not going to spin very well. Alright? Make sure if I really over tighten this, I could actually make it so it's not going to go very well at all. I might have to tighten a little bit more than that. But some chassis are more malleable than others. If you over tighten them, okay, it's not going to spin. If you find that it's not spinning for you, you can just take it like this and give it a little crack like that, because maybe your bearing is not all the way in, and that's about how it should spin. Okay? Happy rolling.